Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. I am Nicole Brandon, the Human Resources Director with the City of Columbus. The city employs nearly 9,000 full-time permanent employers or workers, and we want the very best employees, and we want to pay them the very best wages in every city role that they're in. We also want to take care of those employees, and we do so by offering fair wages. Mayor Ginther challenged us to meet a fair wage goal, to set an example for other city employers. I'm happy to announce today that we have accomplished that goal. So now I'm going to introduce our mayor, Mayor Andrew Ginther.
Good morning. It is a great morning in the city of Columbus. I know it's a little cooler and rainier out there, but it's a great day for us to celebrate. Anytime you can reach a goal a year ahead of schedule on something as big and as important as making sure that our workers, our city employees that are out in our neighborhoods serving the public every day are making at least $15 an hour. It's a day for us to celebrate as a community because we want every family in every neighborhood sharing in our success as a community. And it is the right and fair thing to do to make sure that our full-time permanent employees are making a minimum of $15 an hour. As Director Brandon said, the city of Columbus is one of the biggest employers in the region. Today we join the ranks of our great partners in this work around pay fairness. Franklin County, the Ohio State Universities, Ohio Health, Nationwide Children's Hospital, Nationwide Insurance to offer our employees a wage that can start to support their families. We began this discussion when I was running for office back in 2015. How do we raise the income of our employees? How do we close the wage gap that exists? When it became clear that the state would not take up the issue and change the minimum wage, in fact, they preempted us from raising our minimum wage in the city of Columbus. We put forth a target date for 2020 for our city workers to lead by example. And, as our team so often does, exceeded and met our goal early. As are all great things in Columbus, increasing the wage of our permanent, full-time city employees was a collaborative effort. The Columbus Women's Commission, many of the commissioners are here this morning and grateful for their support and their service. Researched the positive effect that a $15 an hour wage would have in closing the gender pay gap. So this goal and our delivering on this expectation a year early is going to have a direct impact in the lives of women and children and families in our city, and wouldn't be here today without the advocacy, research, and diligence of our Women's Commission. So I'm grateful for them. Without City Council, all I can do is propose. Having a legislative body working with me, making pay fairness and raising the standard of living of our families in this community is absolutely essential. President Pro Tem Liz Brown, Councilmember Rob Dorns, we're thrilled to have Councilmember Emmanuel Remy, Councilmember Shayla Faber here as well. We are so grateful for their partnership, their vision, and their work. And our labor unions. Many of you are also here this morning. We're part of our discussions on how to pay our city workers a fair wage. I am proud of this city and our ability to work together. I also want to take this opportunity to encourage all of the employers, public, private, nonprofit, to see this movement that's taking place in our region and to join this effort. All full-time workers deserve a fair wage, and no one who works 40 hours a week should live in poverty in this community. It's inconsistent with our values, and quite honestly, we can't realize our vision of becoming America's Opportunity City with the largest middle class of any size in the country and the nation's capital for upward mobility unless our workers who are working hard and playing by the rules are making a fair wage. It's now my pleasure to introduce our great partner in this work, an incredible advocate for workers and for families. President Pro Tem Liz Brown.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Always got to move the mic down just a little bit. It is really great to be here today to celebrate the fact that the city's commitment to pay $15 an hour to full-time workers by 2020 together really through staff and union president leadership, the fact that we've beaten that goal. I'm so proud to be here celebrating that because good paying jobs help residents support their families. That's the bottom line. If we want to build a growing, thriving city, it starts with good paying jobs. Good paying jobs make our neighborhoods stronger. With nearly 8,500 full-time workers in the city of Columbus, we are one of the largest employers in Central Ohio. I think I most recently saw we're the 10th largest employer in the region. So when we talk about setting the standard for other employers to follow on wages and benefits, it isn't just about the standard we set, it's about the raw number of families that we affect. When we raise wages for our workers, it helps those workers support their families. That starts with jobs that pay a living wage. I'm also proud of the standard the city can set with the benefits that we offer. A couple years ago, the city implemented a paid family leave policy, a comprehensive paid family leave policy, the first of its kind for a city in the Midwest and only the third nationally, to truly be comprehensive and recognize that what families need in the workplace is the ability to care for a newborn when that newborn is born into their family, whether through adoption, whether two moms or two dads. But families have needs across the spectrum as well, and our paid family leave policy acknowledges the need for families to take time to care for sick or aging loved ones. We are so proud that we were the first city in the Midwest to do that and only the third nationally. And we are not just focused on supporting city employees. If public dollars are on the line, the bar should be high. That's our commitment. And that is why we require wages of at least $15 per hour for any job that the city incentivizes through our incentive programs. When we leverage public resources to prioritize the needs of workers, we benefit our entire city, our entire region. I look forward to working with Mayor Gimther as we continue supporting workers in Columbus. And I want to give a shout out also to the Columbus Women's Commission, many of whom are here this morning. More and more families in our city, in our state, and our country have women as the primary or sole breadwinners. Women are the key to success of any community, and women are disproportionately low-wage workers. Economic development strategy is about investing in people, and that is what the Women's Commission is focused on, and that is what this announcement is all about. As a commissioner myself on the Women's Commission, although my term is coming to an end, which makes me very sad, I know that the Commission's work is invaluable to leveling the playing field for women and families across our city. I also want to acknowledge the importance of our labor union presidents who are here, Jamie Shoemaker and Susan Wilson. Thank you for being a partner at the bargaining table in fighting for your members and our employees, so that more people can access good paying jobs that support their families. I also want to acknowledge my council members who are here, my colleagues on Columbus City Council, Councilmember Emmanuel Remy, Councilmember Shayla Favor, and Councilmember Rob Dorans. I'd like to take a brief moment because I believe that Councilmember Dorans has a few words that he would like to add.
Good morning. It's a perfect October morning in Ohio. We've lost that sunshine from yesterday. Just want to echo the comments of the mayor and certainly my colleague, President Pro Tem Brown. Certainly thank them both for the leadership on this issue. We all know that wages are central to the ability of families to have the economic security that they need to establish the ability to thrive in our community. Here today, we're celebrating this partnership between the Women's Commission, the Mayor's Office Council, and most especially organized labor. Whether or not they're advocating for folks here at the city or whether they're out there in the community advocating for members in the private sector, organized labor is out there every single day trying to raise wages in our community. And the thing I wanted to mention here this morning is that today's not the beginning or the end of the city's work on living wages. There's, of course, more work to be done to help build wage growth and create a more equitable Columbus. And I look forward to working with Mayor Ginther, the City Council, the Women's Commission, and our partners in organized labor to make sure that we're doing everything we possibly can to lift wage in this community to create a more equitable Columbus. Thank you for being here this morning.
I just want to close with a couple of quick comments, and then we'll make ourselves available for one-on-ones with any of the press that are here. I mentioned preemption earlier, and the fact that the state legislature continues over and over and over again to undermine and chip away at home rule. This is another instance where that has happened. But because of the leadership with me here today from City Council, our great labor unions and collective bargaining units, we were able to figure out a way to do it without them. And so what I continue to say to the state legislature is, if you will not support gun safety, common sense, bipartisan gun safety laws, if you will not allow home rule in communities to do what's best in the best interest of the people that we work for and represent, if you want to continue to gut women's reproductive health, we will see you on the battle lines, and we will continue to push, because innovation and change and reform is happening at the local level. We can no longer count on the state or Washington. So get out of our way and let us do what's in the best interest of the people that we work for and represent. And that's why we're so excited today to make this announcement. Again, a year ahead of schedule for Columbus families. Thank you.